Hi, it's Scott here from Scott Inside Out Natural Mental Wellness. I'm going to start this video by asking you, or sorry, by stating two facts that are 100% true. The first fact is that alcohol can dramatically alter your mood. The second fact is that if you are on any sort of medication, including psychiatric medication, that alcohol can have negative effects. So those are statements that are unequivocally true. What I'd like you to do now is from a space, or to think about your alcohol consumption. And I really encourage you to do this from a space of pure observation, not judgment. The last thing I desire you to do is to feel bad about yourself, shameful, guilty, embarrassed about how much you drink right now. And that could be from rarely ever to a lot. So if you're watching along here and this is resonating with you, what I'd like you to do is just take out a sheet of paper or your phone and just come up with a number. So that number is the number of drinks on average that you have per week. And I'm talking alcoholic drinks, of course. So now that you have that number, take a look at it and accept it. Whatever that number is. It could be 0. It could be 60. Who knows? Alcohol is something that is part of our society. It's accepted. And there are various statistics that say 50% or more of people diagnosed with bipolar disorder have an alcohol addiction. You may or may not be one of those people. And if you are someone that feels you're using alcohol as something to numb you and as something to escape, it's time for you to take a serious look at your habits and your life. And that might sound harsh, but I'm just being 100% honest here. There's nothing wrong with having social drinks, a drink or two with friends, etc. That's great. However, if you're someone that's sitting at home drinking very consistently on your own, or if you're someone that's getting drunk a lot and you're on meds, it's really time to take a serious look here and admit that alcohol is most likely a problem in your life. As for myself, I currently work in a bar restaurant, and I see all kinds of people having a great time with drinking, and that's great. I'm purely observing, not judging. And some of those people have a couple drinks and they feel great. And that's awesome. Some of those people I see have to have drinks to be confident, especially a lot of guys to be confident around women. And then I see people that are getting drunk all the time, and it's their way of escaping reality. It's their way of getting away from a life that they don't like. And again, I may sound judgmental saying that. I'm not saying that getting drunk is a horrible thing. There's nothing wrong with getting drunk the odd time. However, if you are someone that's getting drunk a lot, especially if you're on psychiatric medication and you're having rapidly alternating mood swings, you've got to really look at yourself in the mirror and admit that you have a problem. So alcohol is something that's really on the top of mind for me today. Today is my 6-year anniversary being alcohol free. I'm fortunate that I'm someone who never had an issue with alcohol, but I will admit I decided to fully cut alcohol out of my life for a few reasons. Number one, I knew that it had adverse reactions with any sort of medication I was on. Number two, I knew that it affected my moods. Number three, alcohol, I've read, is one of the most acidic things you can put into your body. And you may or may not know there's something called the alkaline acid balance in our bodies. It's to do with our pH. And when you see someone really healthy with vibrant skin, very clear whites in their eyes, very good fingernails, hair, etc., chances are that person has a very alkaline internal state. And alkaline states in our body are states that are able to fight off disease and to keep our body healthy. When you add acidic foods into your body, they bring down that alkalinity and, of course, to a potential of issues, which could be flu, illness, sickness, or even disease. So when you drink alcohol, that's one of supposedly the most acidic things you can put in your body. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something I've read in a few places. And another fourth reason why I decided to cut alcohol out of my life is because of that stat. I've read that up to 80–90% of people with bipolar disorder can have an alcohol issue at times in their life. Again, that might be crazy high. However, I have consistently read that approximately 50% or more of people diagnosed with bipolar disorder have an alcohol addiction. And I know for me, I didn't want to even go down that road. So even though I am someone that used to enjoy having the odd dark beer or a glass of red wine, or I really like drinking Di Serono or Bailey's on the rocks at times as a treat, I cut it out. And as strange as it might sound, I don't miss it. I will admit that sometimes when I'm at work and I smell like a Bailey's coffee, that is a very, very incredible smell. So, but I guess because I'm fortunate to work around alcohol all the time as a server, I'm surrounded by it, and believe it or not, I'm not tempted. So that might sound strange or unbelievable. However, I'm certain that any of my coworkers would vouch for that. There's tons of times I've been offered free shots, free beers, excess wine, etc., and I haven't touched alcohol in 6 years as of today. And that being said, the vast majority of my friends and family are people who drink. Most of them are very social drinkers. I'm not friends with anyone who consistently gets drunk a lot. That's something that does not resonate with me. And I do have a couple of friends that are very involved with 12-step programs. One of my good friends is someone who is a leader in a few of those programs. And I've learned a lot from that friend of mine. And I've come to realize that, I've had addictive tendencies in other areas of my life, and that's something I won't get into today. I will on a future video. But talking to this friend of mine about the psychology and mindset of addicts, it makes me realize that I would say that the vast majority of people in our society have some sort of addiction. I think personally, one of the biggest ones now is cell phone addiction. And again, that's a whole other issue. But with you watching this video today, the whole point of this video for me was for you to take a hard, honest look at your alcohol consumption. And as I say, really focus on doing it from a place of observation, not judgment. In my experience, when I start judging myself, then I feel really bad. I can feel low. When I focus on those low feelings, that can lead to depression. And that is obviously not good. So like I say, the whole point of this today, it's not to make you feel bad. It's not to beat yourself up, feel shameful, guilty, etc. It's for you to take a really honest look at your current lifestyle and how much alcohol you ingest. So for those of you who feel comfortable commenting publicly, I would love any comments below. If you do not desire to do that and you'd still like to reach out to me, feel free to email support@scottinsideout.com. For those of you who are enjoying these videos and finding value from them, I would really appreciate you subscribing and or liking this video. That dramatically helps me. I'm doing my best to build my reach through YouTube videos, and I will be doing a number of YouTube live videos in the coming weeks. So, and if you would like to check out some more content that I have for mental wellness, in terms of people with bipolar disorder. And even if you don't have bipolar disorder, my website has a lot of great tools and resources. So feel free to go to scottinsideout.com/blog. And when you're on the blog, there's topics, there's tools, there's all kinds of, I feel, good content on there. So once again, thank you for watching, and make your mind your ally. Take care.